Jiggy, Jaguar.
I'm on a Nelly it, and then I'm on a John Mosier. I don't know. We've got an interesting show today. A hell of a show today. Halibut of a deal, as they say. And our guests went to Salina, Kansas. So they're headed back to Hutchinson, Kansas. We will talk to them as soon as they make it into studio. I've been teased by the potential Derek Scaife appearance. We might hear from Derek Scaife, the big star. We got our wireless caller calling us. And I am going to call them on the old Skype audio. We are going to call them. And we are going to pick it up. We're going to call them on Skype.
To an automatic voice system.
Hello?
Vernon.
Okay, we're going to call them on Skype one more time here, because we're going to call them on Skype. We're going to call them on the Skype audio. Maybe. And I think there's our guest. Might have our guest on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Look at that. It is, we decided to call you on Skype because it's better audio, and we want to be able to hear you. We want to be able to hear your golden tones, as they say. I've got somebody calling me from Atlanta. We have got a guest on our Skype line, and we've got a guest on our phone line. So we're going to have the person on our phone line hold on. We're going to get to them. We've got our guest on our Skype line, and I'm trying to get the aforementioned Jaybird Wells to join us. Maybe she'll be able to join us. I don't know. I called her on Skype. We'll see if she picks up. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Vernon Little, and I am a gospel rapper / holy hip-hop rapper. So I was introduced to your show from my publicist. I currently have an EP on the market called Double Minded. It came out February 7th. They dropped it February 7th.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Awesome.
So has a lead single, The Chance to Tell You, which is a song about opportunities like this, looking for a platform just to share my opinions and my thoughts and on life and just talk about my experiences. And I think it's an opportunity a lot of people look for, an opportunity just to let their voice be heard, and express themselves.
We've got
that's where I'm at now.
We've got a great guest with us today. He joins us live. Vernon Phillips joins us on Skype audio and talking a little bit about his music and everything else. We've got a fantastic broadcast lined up. Our studio guests got lost in another town. The GPS sent them to another town. So as soon as they get here, we will have them in studio. We've got Vernon Phillips on the line and chatting with him as we speak. And also still to come, we're going to have some wrestlers on the on the broadcast. So that should be entertaining as well. Vernon Phillips with us today. Thanks for joining us here on the Sunday radio broadcast. You listen to us each and every Tuesday on The Mix as well. And so how did you get started doing this music thing, Vernon? Tell us all about that.
Okay. My last name is actually Little. Is Vernon Little.
Vernon Little in the building. Okay, go ahead. I stand corrected. Go ahead.
Back in the 80s, I've always been a fan of the rap music growing up in the Bronx, New York. So I had the opportunity to go to a local DJ's apartment one day through a mutual friend, and he had all the posters and the records and the turntables and the microphone. It was like I guess a rapper's dream to walk into that apartment of the local DJ, whose name is Joe Stick. So he asked me if I wanted to get on a microphone and just start rapping. So I just said, you know what, I'll just do what I hear the guys do on the record. So I started just rapping, having fun with it, and after that day, he invited me to come to his apartment a few more times, and me and a couple other guys. And there was a local guy that worked, a guy who worked in the neighborhood. He was a contractor, and he was looking to take some guys to the studio. So we started going to the studio and recording music, and that's way back in the '80s. You know, so for about 10 years, I was rapping. Yeah,
rapping in the 1980s, baby. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think Jay has joined us. Jay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear Vernon?
Yes.
Hello.
Awesome. Look at that.
Yes.
The aforementioned Jay Bird Wells, the fantastic Jay Bird Wells, the I don't know. I don't want to put her business out there on the radio. We're just going to say the very controversial Jay Bird Wells, and, she is so dangerous that she's got to pack a gun. That's what's going on there, my friend. Vernon Little with us today.
You ought to stop sucking up, Jimmy.
Now, Vernon, if people want to find you on social media, your websites, or download your music, how do they get a hold of you, my friend? How do we find you?
Social media is on Twitter at Vernon Little, the number 7. Instagram Vern VERN BX, the number 7. And as far as downloading the music, you can go to iTunes or Amazon, any of the digital platforms wherever you download music from. You could just look up Vernon Little, and the current EP is called Double Minded.
Look at that.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
Ooh, I found it.
Yeah.
Now, Vernon, where do you get your inspiration from? Who inspires you, my man?
When I was a kid, we used to look up to LL Cool J.
Look at that.
I wanted to be like him, you know.
Big gold chains and all, right?
Yeah, but over the years, there's been so many. Most recently, I would say Nas. I like Nas.
That's awesome.
The rapper Nas.
That's awesome.
Of course. You know. Also, I'm into the church rap too. So there's a guy named Lecrae that he's the biggest holy hip hop rapper.
You opened the door on gospel rap and church rap. I know what Jay's first question is. Go, Jay.
Did Gospel Gangsters ever inspire you?
Have you ever heard of
Gangsters?
Gospel Gangsters?
No.
You never heard of Gospel Gangsters?
Gospel Gangsters? No. I need to look up Gospel Gangsters.
Yeah, they had Do or Die and Demon Killer.
Do or Die. I'm gonna look them up.
Look at this. We're educating people across the country and around the world of Gospel Gangsters. You know, Gospel Gangsters. They should pay Jay Bird Wells for doing as much promotion as she does for these guys. She has kept them relevant all these years. Vernon Little with us today. He joins us on Skype Audio. Jay Bird Wells with us as well on Skype Audio. And still to come, Ballistic, Young JFK, Fetty Chico, and Mo Vibes, and Damian Styles are all going to be in studio. However, they got lost in Salina, Kansas. So they are headed back to Hutchinson, Kansas. And once they get here, we'll put them on the radio. But we've got Vernon Little with us now. Our next guest is coming up on Skype here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, whatever the hell that is. And Jay, since you just joined us, I'm going to let you ask some more questions. Jump in there, my friend.
So you do gospel now, or you just have done it?
I do it now. I have an EP on the market now. Yes.
So, and it's gospel rap. I see that. Do you get into? I noticed that I've got a Second Amendment friend who he's wanting a lot of the rappers to start supporting the Second Amendment. Do you support the Second Amendment?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yes, I do. From what I know about certain rights, yes, I support the Second Amendment.
So how do you handle like some of the guns and drugs in music videos?
Actually, I'm not a big fan of it now because I'm getting older, but I don't want to be a hypocrite. I used to like a lot of the violent rap when I was younger, but I try to provide balance. You know, I come from a different I'm rapping about a different perspective because I think there's a lot of that's available, and it's on the radio as well. But
so
I don't.
You're trying to be unique and different and be an inspiration.
Yeah, an alternative to that, because you want more life than death. You know, want people to want to talk about hope and encourage people and inspire people. As you
Make
said,
a difference in the world.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
And make a difference in the world.
Yeah, right. Try to build up and encourage people. You know, it's good to provide balance because there's a lot of negativity, a lot of death and destruction. Rap.
Do you tour at like bars, or do you tour at churches or on the street? How do you tour?
Everything you just mentioned. Actually, I just did my last interview actually in a bar up in the Bronx for a show called Video City. That was in a bar, and now it's summertime. Yeah, I'm into the outdoor events in the summertime. I do those as well, and the venues and the churches. Pretty much whatever. I'm open to go anywhere. And it's a form of ministering, so people minister everywhere. Also, you know, you can minister in the bars and minister as well as minister in the streets. So I go wherever wherever I'm invited. To be honest, whatever there's opportunity to minister.
That's awesome.
So, is your music more along the lines of getting people to convert to your way of life, or just inspire?
It's I'll say inspire, but I do talk about. I am inspired by some words, scriptures from the Bible, because that's where I get my inspiration from. But for the most part, I just want people just to be encouraged. I'm not really trying to be too preachy, but I do get my inspiration from that myself, from the Bible. So that is where a lot of my words come from, to be honest. So I'm just sharing what I consider good news.
Who are your inspirations that inspire you to be who you are in music now? Well,
over the recent years, I listen to a lot of the gospel artists like the Mary Marys, the Kirk Franklins, people like that, people like Donnie McClurkins. You know, as I mentioned in rap, Lecrae is really inspirational. But I also listen to the secular rappers too, as I said before, people like the Nas's and the Jay-Z, now the Kendrick Lamar, the J. Cole's, people like that. You know, they inspire me. Because I think even the kids need to be inspired just to get the education, even to finish school, because that became cool at one time in the 90s for rappers to talk about being school dropouts. But I don't think that's good to put out there. You know, I think you should encourage kids to even just get an education, you know, and just,
in other words, talk about the low points in your life, but yet try to grow away from the bad stuff and try to change your stars.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, as you grow, you're supposed to mature. You know, most people mature as they get older also, and just think about living, you know, and being productive in society, being a productive member in society.
I like him, Jiggy. Can we keep him?
Yes, we will. We will do as Cousin Chris used to say: put him in the closet and take him out for parties. We've got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our broadcast, Vernon Little. And Vernon, as we wrap up here, my friend, we got to get to our next guest. Before we do that, once again, how do people find you online, pick up your stuff, get involved with everything that is you?
Okay, again, on Twitter it's Vernon Little, the number 7. Instagram is VernBX, the number 7. And my EP, Double Minded, is available iTunes, Amazon, wherever you download music from. And I thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit about my story. And
oh, definitely. And, we always enjoy hearing from up and comers and everybody.
Can I ask
a
question?
Go. Jump in there, Jay.
Real quick, Vernon. What was the worst thing you've ever lived through?
It was just a year ago. Actually, my mother passed away. So June 2nd of last year, and that took a long time. I'm not over it yet, but it was consuming me for a while because I felt I could have done a little more. So that was rough. Dealing with the passing of my mother. That was June 2nd of last year. Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Wow.
Thank you. Even seeing it coming, it's still, when it happens, it's still, it hits hard. But that was rough. That was rough. That's the most recent thing.
Well, Vernon, thanks for being with us, brother. It was definitely fun stuff, and I wish you a lot of success, and we definitely will talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, man.
Thanks. You do the same. Thank you again for the platform.
Definitely. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for the questions.
Oh yeah. We try to make it fun and everything. We're gonna take a brief break, and Jay, I will be back with you here in a few moments. And Vernon, have yourself a wonderful Sunday, my friend.
Okay. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate it, my friend. There goes Vernon Little here on our big broadcast. Coast to coast, border to border, it's TuneIn, it's iTunes, it is radio loyalty, as they say. I don't know who's saying it, don't know why they're saying it, but they are indeed saying it. And we are going to do this. We are going to try to find, if I can dig through all the shenanigans here that is the computer. We are going to play Vernon Little's track. Vernon Little, The Chance to Tell You, and it's right now here on our world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast.
I started